team to present their product here.
Imagine that I'm a customer at Harris Teeter. I'm the cashier.
I'm the devil's advocate.
And I'm the angel.
Hi. Did you find all your purchases all right today?
Yes, thank you.
So, would you like to use a reusable bag or stick with the plastic ones?
Let me think about that. Well, if we use a reusable bag, it'll be better for the environment because there'll be less littering and less pollution.
That's true, but reusable bags cost so much more, and we never remember to bring them here. So we just use the plastic bags and recycle them at home.
I think I'll stick with the plastic bag. I have tons of reusable bags at home, but I never remember to bring them.
Okay. Here you go. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Did I make the right choice?
No.
Well, as you guys probably all think, I did not make the right choice. Plastic bags are so bad for the environment. 160,000 plastic bags are used globally every second. And only 1 to 3% of those plastic bags are actually reused. So the chances that I would have recycled that, are actually recycled. So the chances that I would have recycled that plastic bag are very small. That can over there holds a small sample of the number of plastic bags that the 4 of us have in our house. And all of those are going to go into the landfill. And it takes plastic bags 500 to 1,000 years to completely degrade into the environment, and even after that they continue to release poisonous and harmful toxins into the environment and into the soil, and that negatively affects our health. Additionally, plastic bags account for 13% of municipal solid waste. So, if we get rid of plastic bags entering our environment, our landfills, it would significantly decrease the amount of money spent on landfills, and that money could better be spent for other things. So, as a team, we identified the problem that people want to be environmentally friendly, but they always forget their bags. So our solution to this problem is rent a bag. I'm Anvita. I'm Avanti.
I'm Ananya.
I'm Ishan.
And our brand new revolutionary idea is rent a bag.
So, what exactly is Rent-A-Bag? Rent-A-Bag is a business that allows you to rent our reusable bags from multiple different retailers and also solves the problem of forgetting your reusable bags at home.
So you guys probably understand the basic overview of what rent-a-bag is. You rent out a reusable bag, and then you never have the problem of forgetting it. But now, let me just explain a little bit more of the details. But me standing here and talking to you is probably not going to be as engaging. So we have a few skits for you. The first skit is, Ishan is a customer, and he's going to be using the rental track of rent-a-bag.
Hi.
Hi, did you find all your purchases all right today?
I did, thank you very much.
Would you like to try our Rent-A-Bag?
Yes, I've heard a lot about it. Can you tell me a little more?
Yeah, so we basically have 2 different tracks, the rental and the subscription. Most of our customers who are new try out the rental track to see if they like it before they start off with the subscription.
Okay, so can you tell me a little more about the rental track then?
Yeah, so it costs 50 cents to rent out a bag, and you can rent out as many as you want, and you have to return them within a 2-week period.
And then what happens if I don't return in a 2-week period, if I return a little later?
You'll have to pay a small fee of 50 cents for every bag that you return late.
Okay, I think I'll try out the rental track. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Now we're going to have a small skit showing someone who's switching from the rental track to a subscription track. Hi,
online purchases all right?
Yes, and I brought my rental bag too.
Perfect. Would you like to switch out to the subscription track?
Could you explain to me exactly what that would do?
Yeah. Basically, it costs $3 for every month, and you're allowed to use 10 bags, and you can use it at your disposal wherever you go. And if you choose to terminate your subscription, you have to return all the bags back to us.
So does this mean that I have to take all 10 bags home with me now?
Of course not. You can keep some bags at the store, and you can have some at home. And with our brand new app, we can track how many you have at store and at home.
Wow, that sounds awesome. Sign me up.
Here you go. Have a nice day.
Thank you, you too.
So, what is our mission? Well, we strive to promote environmental awareness by getting rid of plastic bags from our society and later on our world. So, our vision is to grow to become a global company and that strives to eliminate plastic bags from our society.
And what we need to achieve our mission is $200,000 investment in our company, Rentabag.
So, now you know what we're asking for, but what exactly is this going to serve? What purpose is it going to serve?
Rentabag is projected to be a dominant leader in the usage of recycled bags. Now, how do we become a dominant leader? That's through gaining more customers. And how are we going to do that? So first off, we're going to use marketing. And the second is, who are we going to market to? That's our potential customers, who are those grocery shoppers who care enough for the environment just like our company, who will use our recyclable bags, as well as those retail stores that let us run our company within. And then, Rentabag will also face some competition. Our indirect competition will be those customers who choose plastic bags over our recyclable bags, as well as those retail stores that sell their own recyclable bags as well as ours. And now, as I mentioned earlier, to be a dominant leader, we need to gain customers. And how are we going to do that? That's through marketing.
Our bags will advertise both Rentabag and our supporting businesses. One side of our bags will have our logo, and the other side, all the logos of our partnering stores. In addition, the bags will be available at multiple locations, so you can start your subscription at Harris Teeter and shop in whatever retail you feel like, but you have to terminate your subscription at Harris Teeter, not anywhere else. And in addition, the bags will be distributed at checkout for maximum potential customers. If the rental bag system is at the front of the store, not many people will feel inclined to partner and subscribe to our model. And we think that word of mouth marketing is the best form of marketing for Rentabag. If someone sees their friend using this, they feel more compelled to use Rentabag, because a lot of people are environmentally conscious these days. They just don't have enough push to push them towards it. And finally, we think that a customer retention strategy will benefit our partnering stores like Harris Teeter. And because if we have Rentabag at Harris Teeter and the customers want to terminate the subscription, they have to come back to Harris Teeter, so it draws customers back to supporting business, which gives us a higher chance of partnering with multiple different retailers.
Now, you've already seen our subscription and rental rates in our business model, but what you haven't seen yet is that Rentabag will be helping our customers track the number of bags they rent out using an app that will be connected to your cell phone number or your email address. Now, up until this point, you've seen what Rentabag is, how we're going to run Rentabag, and what we're planning to do with it. But the missing key point is finances.
So our cost per bag to make is 10 cents, and this includes any customizations that we will have. Another benefit to using Rentabag is you don't have to manage the upkeep of your bag. That is covered in our washing cost, which is 16 cents per bag. As for our customers, we're projected, 95% of our customers are projected to go with the subscription track, 5% are projected to go with the rental, and out of those 5%, 95% are projected to return them on time, and 5% are projected to return them late. Our startup costs total to nearly $50,000, and this includes any bag inventory that we would have to buy to kick off our business at the start, as well as all of the other things listed up here. So our plan with Rent-A-Bag is to saturate the market at a small level and have a slow but steady growth so that we can have a solid foundation to build off of. So as you can see in the map, the small pink area over there is where we're starting, which is the Cary Raleigh area, and that we'll be targeting for year 1. In our second year, we'll expand to all of North Carolina, and in our third year, we'll begin expanding to the rest of the United States. This graph shows our customer growth. So as you can see, we start out small and we grow, but we grow exponentially. So this will help us create a better market, and then we'll have a lot of
We'll have a stable growth which will help our foundation.
and this shows the stores that we target. So we'll start out with mostly Harris Teeters with a couple of Trader Joe's. And in our second year, we'll increase the Trader Joe's and Walmart. And in our third year, that's when we'll get all of the Harris Teeters, and we'll begin growing up Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Walmart. This next graph shows our break-even analysis. So as you can see, we start making a profit in our fourth year, and while this may seem late, it's also, we have a solid foundation which will help us grow in the future. And this next graph shows you exactly where our break-even point is, which is about halfway through our third financial year. By the end of our fifth year, we'll make a profit of about $100,000, and this will help us grow. We'll use this money to help us grow after that too. This is our first year projections. So as you can see, bag rental remains pretty steady, and subscription grows steadily too. And this is our 5-year sales forecast. So bag rental does make up a portion of our sales, but subscription is the most significant part of it.
So now you're probably thinking, okay, we told you all this about Rent-A-Bag, but why should you invest in us? Why should you take out your hard-earned money from your pockets and give it to us?
Well, Rent-A-Bag is an environmentally friendly company, and environmental friendliness is a trend that's growing in the United States. It solves the problem of people forgetting their bags at home. And we've actually conducted a few interviews and with our friends, family, and people who shop at Harris Teeter. And all the people we interviewed are enthusiastic about our product. There's a lot of room for growth with our company. By our third year, we start to grow nationwide. We build a strong foundation with which we can grow on. So, who's ready to rent your bags?
We are.
First off, I'd like to say thank you. I love everything about this idea. I love the fact that it's a rental, and your cost of goods is so low that even if they take it outside and throw it in the trash, you make 10x on your. I love that. And the subscription model is good. If you could get this, this is just a commentary, if you could get a red box type distribution for this thing, where Harris Teeter never has to touch it, and I certainly wouldn't just focus on them. I'd make this available to everybody, not just Harris Teeter. But if you can get a situation where the employees of Harris Teeter, the management of Harris Teeter doesn't have to worry about putting another person in that store to manage this bag situation, and you can return them and get them from the red box machine, I think you got a winner on your hands. I'd write you a check today if I thought you could have something.
Great presentation. I think you have a great product, environmentally friendly, and definitely something that all of us can use. Just a couple of things. I like the fact that you're partnering with the retailers. That was a great idea. How did you assume that 95% versus 5%? Where did you get those percentages for subscription versus rental? Curious.
We did that based on what we were going to market most. So we are going to try to promote subscription over rental. And most of our rental customers are projected to switch over to subscription. And this is also based on the interviews that we did with our families and friends.
So I have a question about your go-to-market strategy. You said you're going to start here and then move across the country. Have you thought about targeting markets that are more environmentally conscious and as a way to go to market, as opposed to a territorial approach? Kind of look at what, go to areas where you know that people are more conscious.
Well, that's something definitely we look forward to. If we do lay our hands on the investment, that's somewhere we can put our money to use.
Another question. Was there any analysis of what's the financial advantage to like a Harris Teeter to go through this model as opposed to your own
We didn't actually look into how it would we didn't actually run the numbers on how it would serve as a financial advantage to Harris Teeter, but we do know that our service would be a customer retention strategy for Harris Teeter. It would encourage customers to go back to Harris Teeter to return the bags, to rent out more bags, and so it would end up increasing the number of people going to Harris Teeter.
With having to return to Harris Teeter to bring the bags back, I mean, one of the things that occurs to me is that you have to remember to bring the bags back, to reuse them at Harris Teeter and to return them, which is part of the problem that you're trying to address. So one of the things that occurs to me is that, I think that this works well once you have, like, if it's a red box type of thing, that you don't have to return it necessarily to Harris Teeter, and that you're using it and that they're available anywhere and everywhere, and then not having to return it that way. But is that something that you have thought about, like the scale of it? Because I think the larger the scale and the ability and the flexibility of how you get it back and where you're using it, it becomes, it addresses the problem a whole lot more on that larger scale.
Right.
But it doesn't necessarily address it immediately starting out.
So something I think wasn't as clear in our presentation was you can return the bag to another store that has partnered with us. So if we have partnered with Harris Teeter and Trader Joe's, if you get a bag from Harris Teeter, you can return it to Trader Joe's. And to the kiosk question, we have looked into kiosks, and that was an area that we would like to grow into, but we thought starting it by having like the cashier ask at the store would be a great way to get the word out that our service does exist.
And we also have the app to promote customers back. And the kiosk would be another alternative to the app, so that customers, if they're coming to Harris Teeter, the app will kind of remind them, like, hey, you have a bag at home, you might want to bring it to Harris Teeter. So.
Just from an operational perspective, you've got 16 cents in your plan for the laundering and folding, I guess. I don't know if you're aware of that, but the uniform companies like Cintas and other people will do large amounts of laundry, and by the time, I can assure you that by the time they do a load in their washer that's about as big around as this room, you're probably going to have a lot less than 16 cents in it. So I think your cost is going to be folding and packaging.
So what I forgot to mention was that for all of our financials, our numbers are a very conservative approach. We have, all of our costs are exaggerated so that we can, should we have the costs at what they're projected to be, we can still make a profit. So that's where that comes from.
Okay, always a good policy.
Sorry to interrupt, I think the time lost last year.
Thank you. Very good.